Eyeshadows. Let's talk about it. How do you decide what eyeshadow colors you should put on for the day? In this tutorial, I'm going to give you 3 ways to determine what eyeshadow would work best for you. Welcome back to another Makeup Monday. GlowMaker here to help you look your best and here to help you decide what kind of eyeshadow should I wear today. I don't know about you, but for me, eyeshadow was one of the hardest things to learn. I had to determine my eye shape. I had to determine what kind of real estate I had to work with up above my lids. And so it was a little challenging for me to get to know my eyes and to know how to work with them. And I'm not a pro by any means, but I feel like I have come a long way and I'm still learning, just like you guys, how to perfect this art. There are 3 things that we can look at when we're trying to decide the shade of our eyeshadow. We can look at our eye color, we can look at complementary colors, and we can also look at our outfit. So I'd like to introduce you to my friend, the color wheel. The color wheel is a fantastic tool to use when trying to decide what outfit to put together, what eyeshadow to put on your eye, how to decorate, any kind of thing. The color wheel is so helpful and we're going to use it for our eyes. So I know that I listed eye color first as one of the ways that we can look at matching our eyeshadow. But first, I'm going to talk about complementary colors. So with our color wheel, we are going to look at a color. Let's say that we are wearing a purple, and we can look at its complementary color, which is the color that is opposite the color on the color wheel, and see that golds, oranges are going to look really good with purple. If we're wearing pinks, we can look at greens. If we're looking at golds, then we can look at blues. So using the color wheel in order to identify a complementary color is going to cause you to form a really pleasant, good feeling complementary color on your eye. And it's going to make it pop, it's going to make it seamless, and it's going to make it so nice and almost calming to look at. So, complementary colors. Second one, eye color. Same thing, it works the same way. If you have blue eyes, then golds, pinks are gonna look so pretty on your eyes. If you have green eyes, corally pinks, oranges are going to look great. Light neutrals will look great. If you have brown eyes, purple is going to look amazing, but I will tell you that brown eyes are the most versatile. And that means that you could pretty much wear anything because you kind of have a blank canvas. It's like wearing black, right? Anything goes with black. And the same goes with brown eyes. Fun, huh? So now let's talk outfit. Let's say that you would like to pair your eye color with your outfit. So if you notice, I'm wearing an outfit that has some browns, some purpley browns in it, and some pinks. I could pull one of those colors from my shirt and put it on my eyes and it's gonna look great. What's really fun to do is, let's say you're wearing a black dress and you're wearing blue shoes to go with it. You could pull that blue out and do a nice eye palette with blues. Anything that's kind of small in your shirt that you bring out on your eye is just going to look fantastic. It's going to be the most pleasant pop on your eyes. So utilizing your outfit to determine your eye color is going to be a really awesome thing too. Now, I want to just be clear. Having said, blue eyes look great with golds and pinks, don't limit yourself. That doesn't mean you have to wear those colors all the time. You can wear whatever you want. It's going to look great. You can still pull out of your outfit, whatever. It's going to look great. Don't feel limited. I'm just saying that when you're going to do your eyes, if you want to have something really pop, that's a good method to use. Okay, so today I'm going to do an eyeshadow tutorial using mascara eyeshadows. I'm super excited because they are all back in stock, and this is Peppa here. I love Peppa. She's kind of a shimmery, peachy pink, and I need to order more of her, clearly. I've already got most of my face on. I have primed my eyes, I've curled my lashes. I've also used my two mascara highlighters, Mango and Wheat, to define my face. I've also have my indigo contour on, and today I'm wearing saffron blush, and I have my illuminator on too. You can see it kind of light up just here on my tops of my cheekbones. So let's get to it. Now, the great thing about mascara is that you can order whatever eye color you want. You're not stuck buying a whole palette with maybe 4 colors that you'll be using and the rest are just sitting there. You can choose what you want. Everything is magnetic, and they come in these cool little compacts that are so easy to take along, and they're so reasonably priced. And the best thing is, most of them are back in stock. They've been gone for a hot second, and it's been so sad. But they're back, so go on, look at them. It's a great thing. If you're curious about starting some mascara makeup, eyeshadows are the best thing to start with. They're highly pigmented. They're gonna last you a long time. I love them. Okay, so today I'm going to be pulling out of my outfit to design my eye makeup today. I'm gonna be using Mi Hija Basic. This one is called, oh, I forgot. This is Peppa and this is Sabrina. Let me find this name. I should have written it down. Gilded. It's like a purpley sparkle. It's super deep. I'll just be using it here in the creases of my eyes. And this is one new thing that I'm trying. This is Glamazing. It's a powder illuminator. I love it. Right now I'm wearing Dulce on my cheek, but for my eyes, I'm going to be using the powdered Glamazing just to highlight the inner corners and right above the eyebrow right here. I like the powder illuminator. I'll talk about it once we get there. Okay, so I will also be using my eyeshadow everything brush. Love this brush. I love this brush. I think I've said it in every single one of my videos. It's a great brush. It's 18 bucks, y'all, and you get 2 brushes, right? For the price of 1, really. Okay, so let's talk about what kind of eye I have. I have a hooded eye, which means that when I'm looking, I have a flap of skin that comes down to cover the crease of my eye. You do not have a hooded eye if when your eye is open, you can see your brow bone and you can see your crease. Now, hooded eyes have to be a little bit careful where they put their color. Today, I'm going to be pulling out pink. I'm going to be pulling out pink from my shirt. I could have done a brown neutral tone. I could have used Gilded here along with Amethyst and did a really, really smoky, dramatic, dark, pulling out this dark color in my shirt. But I didn't want to do that today because I'm not really going anywhere. So I'm just gonna stick with pink, make it really fun, and not so smoky. Okay, so this is Mi Hija. I'm going to take this wider part of my brush and I'm going to dip it in. I'm not going to be shy. I love Mi Hija. It looks scary, you know, in the actual tin, but it's not. Once you put it on, it's a beautiful, beautiful pink. Okay, so hooded eye. I need to be diligent about keeping my eye open when I put on my crease color. Now, if you do not have a hooded eye, you would put this color right in the crease of your eye, because when you open your eye, you're gonna be able to see that color. But like I said, with hooded eyes, when I open my eye, you cannot see my crease. So the trick is to put that color right above the crease, right on that flap of skin. I'm gonna start right here on the outside and bring that color to the inner corners of my eye. Now, I don't want the color to be so intense in the inner corner of my eye here. I want to keep it light, so I'm going to blend here and then just drag a little bit this way, you see? And I'm going to stop right about there. I'm not going to take it into the very inner corner of the eye. And you can see it's just a nice soft pink. I can definitely make it more intense if I wanted to. You can do that with these eyeshadows, but I don't want to. I'm gonna keep it right at this tone. Just blending those edges here. I don't want a harsh line. And I'm not going too high. I wanna keep this part right along my brow bone pretty clear. Can you hear my kiddos? And you can hear Jack Johnson playing. Okay, so you can see that already opens up my eye. It already kind of pops my shirt just a little bit, and it definitely pops my cheeks. Now, I want to say I usually put my blush on after I do my eyes because sometimes we'll put too much blush on, and then once we do our eyes, it just looks too intense. So I find that doing your blush last is the best thing to do because you won't put so much on, and you'll just do enough to complement that eye color, just to make your eyes pop and to make your cheeks have just the right color. But if you do that, it's easy with mascara to just go ahead and blend it out. If you put too much blush on, it's cream, it's gonna be fine. No worries, so easy to work with. Okay, doing the same thing on this eye. And pulling that color in just slightly. Light hand here, really light hand. You don't need to drill it into your eye. This brush is amazing. It's going to carry the product for you in the softest way. Okay, so there's me, Hija. I just put it along the crease. I got a little bit inside that crease, but not too much. And when I open my eye, you can see the color, and that's what we wanted. Okay, so now we're gonna pay a little bit more attention to the crease. I'm going to use Basic, which is this darker neutral tone here. I'm going to dip, again, the widest part of my brush into that, and I'm gonna go now on my lid, but I'm just gonna stay on the outer corner. And I'm just making tiny little circle motions, bringing that color inward. Start on the outside, bringing it inward. So I'm bringing in that kind of taupe color of my shirt onto my eye. Moving to this side, starting inner corner, or outer corner, excuse me, and then moving in. Little circles, soft hand. Make it easy. And I can feel my brow bone with the brush. So I'm kind of just rubbing up against it as well. And what that's gonna do is make your crease show up, but also add some depth to your eye. And go back over here and kind of do the same thing. Kids are playing. I'm gonna go outside and it's gonna be a complete wreck. I know there are some girls out there that can relate. I mean, can't get witness. Okay. All right, there it is. So I've added some depth to my eye, added some different tones in there. Now I'm gonna switch the end of my brush into this nice, like, I love the end of this brush. It looks like it's stiff, but it's really not. It's got a lot of movement on there, but not too much, not too much. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna first dip my brush into the pink Mi Hija, and I'm going to go along the bottom of my eye, and I'm gonna take it the full way, but I'm gonna keep this pink color pretty close to the lash line. I'm not gonna go too much out, too far down. And then I'm gonna dip it now into the Basic, that brown neutral color, and I'm just gonna take it halfway. And this one, I'm going to allow to go a little bit lower below that lash line. And I'm even going to drag it up. I can flip my side and give it a quick little blend. We want to pull the eyeshadow up, not down. For obvious reasons, right? We don't want any droopies. Okay, same thing for this eye. Keeping it close to that lash line. and then basic. So I will somehow link this whole palette that I'm using today on to all the posts that I make. It'll either be in the comments or in my stories as a picture. So look for it if you are interested in just being able to click or copy and paste and go find this palette. Okay. Can you guys see? Okay. So now I'm going to take my wider end and I'm going to dig it into what I have left remaining of Peppa. Peppa. I love that name. Okay, I'm gonna close one eye and this is a sparkle, a shimmer, and we talked about this. So I've got more mature eyes, and sometimes things with shimmer will make my eyelids look a little crepey, and I will not have that. So I'm going to keep my shimmer here, just to the top point of my lid, right where my eyeball is. I'm not going to take it any higher or any wider than where my brush is going currently. That's it. And it's just going to add a little sparkle to the top of the lid. That nice attraction of light is going to pull the eye, people who are looking at you, to your eyes and reflect that light so well. Okay, so there we go. Okay, now I'm going to add just a little bit more depth to my eye. I'm going to go to that darker purple shimmer called Gilded, and I'm going to take the smaller end because I need to be precise with this one. I don't want it going everywhere. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make one line right here, right on my crease. Can you see it? I'm going to add a little bit more. One line there. And then, kids are crazy. I'm going to go along the bottom portion of my lash line. So you can see it makes like a little V. Do you see it? I'm going to flip my brush. I'm going to lightly blend that out, but I'm really just trying to blend the line. I'm not trying to spread it. I don't really want it to go beyond the outer portion of my lid. Then I'm also going to take that same color and just right at the corner, I'm going to pull up from the bottom lash line. So today I am matching it to my eyeshadow to my outfit, but I'm also using some complementary colors in there too. I have brown eyes, purple does look really well, and I'm going for a purplish pink kind of look. So you can use two ideas, like say, you know, you're wearing like some kind of purple, you can make it pop with like a peach or an orange on your eye. And then if you have green eyes and you're wearing purple and you're popping it with peach, wow, that's amazing, right? You're gonna look spectacular. So keep in mind that you can blend all these ideas and use them to your advantage. Okay, so that eye's done. I'm gonna go over and do the other eye. Okay, so we have that depth in our eye. We can see it there in the back. And now I'm going to make the inner quarters of my eye pop as well as the arch in my eyebrow. I'm gonna go to Sabrina right here, dip in the widest part, and I'm gonna go to the inner corner of my eye and blend it in. I can pull it just a little bit towards the center of my eye as well. and along the brow bone. Just really lightly, because like I said before, we're gonna add that Illuminator as well. Okay. All right, I'm gonna hold off here and I'm going to do, what did I do with it? What did I do with it? Some eyeliner. Hold on. Okay, so with eyeliner, I've talked about before how when we have maturing eyes, we really want to stay away from lining the entire eye, especially on the outside of it. We want to focus on opening our eye up, and when we define those lines with really harsh lines, it's going to actually shrink our eyes, and we don't want that. We want to open them up because that's what they are. They are open and giving the illusion that they're closed. Well, that's just not fair. So what you want to do is, instead of lining on the outside of your eye, what's really going to be to your advantage is lining the inner waterline. So I'm getting not on top of my eyeliner, but like in this inner part here. And I know for some of you guys, it's gonna be really hard. You're gonna be like blinking and like your eyes are watering. For some of you guys, it is really challenging to do that. So what you can do instead, if you can manage to just do the outer corner here and then inner corner there, that'll be fine. It'll still have the same effect. You don't have to go all the way around. Not all the way around, but all the way around the whole upper part of the lid if you can't handle it. And in addition, if that's still too much, then what you can do is just start from here and just do the outer corner of the eye in one little line like that. And that'll still open up your eye, add a little bit of definition to it, without making it look too harsh. And if you do that, then I just said do. That's what you get for having 4 kids, okay? That's where your mind goes. It's to potty jokes, okay? All right, so my eye actually started watering. I usually don't have problems, but I am using a new light today, so I feel like it's a little bit more harsh. All right, and just to make things even. So I'm so excited because I got 2 new products in the mail that I was so looking forward to trying, and I'm gonna show you it today, what they are. So you guys have, I'm sure you've heard of Thrive Cosmetics, and if you haven't, well, Thrive Cosmetics is a really clean makeup line. I've tried their setting powder. I did not like it. If you have oily skin, I did not like it. It did not do a thing for my oil. I definitely prefer the NARS setting powder. But I had seen that they started marketing their instant brow fix. This one is in Sabrina, which is a dark brown, brow gel. And so it says it's semi-permanent, which I guess if you keep using it, it's supposed to, I guess, kind of like microblading, kind of color the skin. I'm guessing, I'm not quite sure yet, but I do like it. I'm still kind of learning how to do it. So I will probably fast forward this part as I apply it because it's gonna take me a little bit. But basically, you just kind of line it up and I just flick it. I have to confess, I'm still relatively new at working with my brows. I've never really worried about them because I always felt like they were always so thick. And even when I was, you know, going through puberty and junior high and worried about what people think, I always hated them because they were so thick. And I was like, oh, I have to pluck them. And I totally did the 90s thin brow. And I remember my mom had a friend and she would always tell me, do not mess with your brows. They're so wonderful. Do not mess with their brows. And I was like, oh, what is she talking about? And I remember when I thinned them and then I went to, and I saw her, she was like, oh, you plucked your brows? Thank you so much for knowing what was right there, because you were right. I should have never plucked my brows. They've never gone back to their full strength, but I am happy that I got what I got, because they definitely were super thin. Okay, so I did one side, and you can see it just fills it in. It adds you can add as much shape to it as you want, but you just have to kind of play around with this to find out how applying works for you. But that's pretty much it. But I really love it. I tried another brow gel that was like clear, and I didn't like it. It left like little flakes in my eyebrow. That was the e.l.f. brand. I did not like it. I have not had any problems with flaking or like if I sweat, like the color runs down, nothing has happened. And I've worked out with it and everything, and I really like it. So comes off easily when I wash my face at night. But I am still working. Sometimes okay, that's not Sarah. Sometimes you just gotta walk away. Okay, and then I'm gonna let it dry just a little bit, and I'm going to comb through it with my Hotline brush. So what I had been doing before, like if you don't have this, what I totally recommend you do is to find an eyeshadow color that is close to sort of your hair color, maybe a little, if you're blonde, then definitely darker than your hair color. And you're just gonna follow the natural line of your brow, filling it in with eyeshadow, and that actually works brilliantly. I really like doing it. Or you can also use your contour color. I have indigo. I prefer to use like the color Trust in my eyebrow if I'm using a powder. I do feel like indigo has a little bit too much red in it, so I think maybe Cola might be better for me. But I like this gel pen, so I think I'm just gonna kind of hang with that for right now. And then I just kind of comb through it just to make sure I don't have any clumps. Okay, so that's that. And now the second thing I'm excited about is my Thrive Cosmetics mascara. Yay! I have been wanting to buy this for the longest time, but I never could because I'm like, it's $24, and I'm like, $24 for mascara? I don't know, because I wear mascara every single day. I love mascara. But it's actually pretty awesome. So I have told you I have oily skin, and usually with mascara, I find that if I don't wear, and this is for like things like Lancome and stuff too, if I don't wear a waterproof mascara, then it tends to run by the end of the day, and I have fallout. I have, it looks like I like went in the water with it. So I've always had to use waterproof, which is a booger to get off at night. But this stuff is super cool. All you do is you get your eyelashes wet, and then it like and then you just kind of pull it off like this, and you're not pulling your eyelash in any kind of harsh way at all. Like you're barely touching it, and it comes out in these like little eyelash strings, and it's kind of gross to look at. I don't know why it bothers me. I can't look at it. I have to like really like rinse it off really quick because it's like, it grosses me out. But it's so amazing because it doesn't leave a mess all over your face. There's no smearing or anything. It's pretty cool. It really is. I highly recommend. I have not gone swimming with it. I have heard other people say that they're able to swim with it as long as they don't touch their eye. I can't see myself being able to do that, but it has not. I've worn it for 3 days now, all day long, and it has not smeared or anything like that. So, and this is not waterproof. So that's how good it's working for me. And I think overall it has gotten some pretty good reviews. I'd say $24 is worth it. Okay, so we've got the lashes on, we've got the brows affixed, and now we're getting really close to being done. So the last thing I'm gonna do is go back to my Illuminator right here. I'm gonna take the smaller end, I'm gonna lightly dip it. Now, this Illuminator, if you're wondering how it differs from the cream Illuminator, I would say that this powder Illuminator packs a little bit more of a punch. It definitely shows up a little bit stronger than the cream. So look, I put it on right there. You can see it pretty heavy, right? So once you put it on, if you do something like that, it does spread pretty easily, but I feel like it does have a time limit to it. So like if you let it sit too long, it's not gonna blend very easy at all, which is kind of true with like powders in general. And then I'm gonna add just a little bit to the very tip. I'm gonna do it right here. And just on the inner corner of the eye, give it a little tap. Like I said, this stuff is pretty powerful, so you don't need a lot at all. If you were putting it here along your cheekbone, I would use your finger as opposed to a brush. I tried to do it with a brush and it didn't spread very easily, but with like my finger, it did pretty well. And very, very thin application of it, because it does get kind of cakey if you use too much of it. So just, I feel like with the powder, you just have to be a little bit more careful with it. And the amount that you use as opposed to like a cream. A cream is pretty forgiving. Okay, so that is pretty much it, y'all. My eyes are done. It's popping with my shirt. I feel like I just need a little bit more blush now that my eyes are on. I kind of went lighter. I'm gonna use the wider end of my brush to apply saffron. Saffron is a matte pinky, the second color right here, matte pink. For my skin tone, I love it because it's a pink that shows up. If you have a more fair skin tone, it's gonna look a little bit deeper in color, a little bit more rich, and not as soft. I feel like this one is pretty soft, on a softer pink, but still shows up. Does that make sense? I don't know. All right, so that's it. We have our beautiful eye done, nice and easy. We are using complementary colors with my brown eyes, but also matching it to my shirt. I hope that you found today helpful. The last thing I'm gonna do is just spray with my with my Stay Spray to make sure my makeup lasts all day and I don't have to worry about oil. If you used our Stay Spray, I have one thing to tell you. Hold it out, way out, like way out. And then spray your face. And sometimes I even like to wait for my mascara to dry just a tad before putting it on, because it does put a pretty good amount of coverage onto your face. But it's for a point, it's for a purpose. So you can either let it dry. If you feel like you got too close and it feels like you just got a waterfall, then use a little sponge and kind of just distribute it around your face, and that'll be it. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions, definitely feel free to leave them in the comments. Let me know what you think about this tutorial, if you find it helpful, or what kinds of tutorials you would personally like to see. I'd love to know. If you're interested in getting a free customized color match, please click the link in my bio for my form. You just fill it out, send it in, and I will get back to you with your customized colors to let you know what colors will work with your skin tone, what highlights would be best for your skin, and also what kind of brush that I would recommend for the type of coverage that you need. That doesn't mean you have to buy anything. If you're just curious and want to know, please just do it. It's my joy to do it. And also, if you are interested in purchasing any of the mascara products, you can also find the link in my bio under Shop Mascara. It'll take you directly to my page. You order directly through it. You don't have to go through me or anything like that. Super easy and simple. I hope that you guys enjoy your week. Happy Makeup Monday. Love the GlowMaker.